I was very happy on Saturday. I finally got to go somewhere with Reese. We had a few false starts. We entered the ACT show jumping training day and it was postponed, and then it was in the end cancelled due to rain. And then we did get to a clinic. Lily and I both went to a clinic at Psych, a cross-country clinic, and it absolutely poured the whole way from when we left home all the way travelling there, the entire day riding. It absolutely bucketed down. When we got home, we just had to hang everything all over the stables to dry out. We couldn't put anything away. We were soaked right through our clothes. We had to completely get changed before we got in the car to come home. It was so wet. So it was only the two of us going, so we probably wouldn't have been able to get any photos or videos or anything because we're in the same group. But even if we had of, it was so wet, you probably wouldn't have been able to use any of it. So we did make it to that, and then I had Reese entered in a dressage day in Goulburn, and it was cancelled because of the rain. It was cancelled about a week before because where Goulburn dressage is on a floodplain, and it was all underwater a week or so before the dressage day, so they just pulled the pin well ahead of time. So Reese and I headed off on Saturday to the National Capital Horse Trials Association Clear Round Cross Country Day. It wasn't a competition, it was just a cross country rounds just before Christmas. It was a bit of a fun day, and it was so much fun. They run such a great event there. It's nice and relaxed and everybody has a good time. It was fabulous. But once again, we nearly didn't go because it was flooding, raining, pouring again on the Friday beforehand. The Federal Highway, which is the main road freeway between Goulburn and Canberra that I need to travel on to get there, was closed on Friday afternoon because it was completely flooded southbound. It was all underwater. And it only actually opened at about 3 a.m, I think, on the Saturday morning. And we had a lot of local flooding too. The creek just a couple of k's down the road from our place, it was completely flooded. And luckily, you know, flood water, it comes and goes quite fast. So even though it was very much over the road on Friday evening, by Saturday morning, it was passable in the four-wheel drive. So we were able to go. And I was so glad we did. I ummed and ahed about it. And in the end, I went, no, if I don't do it, I'm going to be disappointed. And so we went and we had such a great time. They put on such a good event down there. And it's such a great venue. We went there. I put on Facebook a while back about, you know, where's somewhere good to go to do cross-country training. And a friend of mine said to go to Equestrian Park in Canberra. And I'd never been there before. I'd never been there for a competition or anything. And we went, and it's the most amazing place. We're so lucky to have such a good venue. There's dressage arenas, there's big flat grass arena. There's all these cross-country jumps that are, you know, up to standard, safe, rideable. Out the back, there's, you know, from the little tiny logs right up to big substantial jumps that I am never, ever, ever going to need to jump. And you can actually ride out through the back of it and you cross down over a causeway over the Murrumbidgee River, and you can ride along. There's another pathway. You actually ride under the Tuggeranong Parkway, which is a hugely busy road. You ride under the bridge that goes over the river, and you can follow that through and go to the National Arboretum and ride through all of that. And the Bicentennial Trail passes through there as well, which is pretty cool. It's a really fun thing to do. So this is the creek just a couple of k's down from our driveway. Clearly we weren't going out there on Friday. This is where I was talking about, where you go for a ride out under the Tuggeranong Parkway and around the Arboretum in Canberra. That's Black Mountain Tower. This is the river. I said Murrumbidgee before. It's actually the Molonglo. It joins up with the Murrumbidgee further down. Nice little ride to take the horses through some water. It's concrete, so it's good footing, and there's a lot more water over it than that when we were there this Saturday. Another event we've been to from the NCHTA is the Hunter Trials that they had there earlier in the year. This was Lily and I doing the pairs cross country, which was so much fun, and thanks to Lara for this little video that she sent me. if you ever have the opportunity to do the pairs cross country at the Hunter Trials, do, because it's amazing. People get all dressed up, it's just go all out. Clearly we don't really go all out, but we had the best time. So yeah, that was that. We had a lovely day. We did 2 good rounds. In the second round, there was a couple of jumps that I didn't do just because, you know, I didn't feel the need to do them again. He did really well the first round, and I sort of ummed and ahed about even doing the second round at all, but I went, oh, why not? We'll have a run and have some fun. So yeah, I was really happy with how we went for those 2 runs. I'm so glad that we went and did it after all, and I have to thank my friend Mel for coming and taking the videos for me and keeping me company. It's always nice to have somebody else there when you do it out and about doing these things. So yeah, that was that, and we'll see you next time.